Augustine is certainly one of the great men in the history of Western civilization. Augustine lived in Rome for a while and was alive during the decline and fall of the world's greatest city. Augustine was born in 354 in North Africa, and by the time he wrote, as Augustine himself said, the New Testament was already closed with its 27 books, Matthew through Revelation. While Augustine may have been born too late to contribute to the Christian Bible, he achieved many other literary distinctions. For example, he wrote the first real autobiography. That alone would make him noteworthy. But he is also one of the ancient world's greatest theologians. Augustine's ideas are still prominent in Christianity today. Just one of many articles of church dogma that can be traced back to St. Augustine is his prohibition against suicide. Augustine argued that suicide is an affront to God who gave us life. And even today, one of Florida's cities bears his name. Although Augustine's writings are excluded from the biblical canon, his Confessions is a major piece of the Western literary canon. He was a skeptic and opposed Christian values for the first 32 years of his life, but gradually became convicted of his sinful past. What should you be looking for while reading? Augustine developed an acute sense of his own sinfulness. Notice how he finds evidence for human sinfulness in life's every phase. Even babies show their greed and selfishness, according to Augustine. No sweet innocence for him. Instead, he begins by condemning his infantile tantrums, saying, "When I was not presently obeyed, my wishes being hurtful or unintelligible, then I was indignant with my elders for not submitting to me, with those owing me no service for not serving me, and avenged myself on them by tears." He is systematically building his case for humankind's need for God's redemption. Augustine is Jean-Jacques Rousseau's polar opposite. Much later in history, Rousseau, one of the French Enlightenment's great thinkers, argued that people were good and babies pure innocence. But corruption comes from society and social sources. Bad social structures produce bad people. These two competing ideas have clashed in social and political theory for centuries. People who side with Augustine are less sanguine and less likely to expect mere changes to society to affect permanent changes in human beings. Rousseau's disciples often crusade for social innovation because they hope to transform the people who inhabit those societies. Ask yourself if you believe Augustine is right. Are people born selfish and greedy for their own comfort and convenience? Do people need some outside power to make significant and permanent positive changes in their lives? Are people tempted to do evil things even when these evil things are not in their self-interest or possibly even dangerous and destructive to their interests? Why? From where does evil come? Does Augustine's philosophy seem realistic and coherent today?